will be as a movie aquabas on the by Enkasa TV. So, Measures and daily country Enkasa TV and as Enkasa about subscribe by like and watch. Remember, webs of the Doma and so seeing 2 months when you are come. As well as any day, the can also a share Enkasa and as Enkasa video. Best as well, so very recommend and I'll be sharing video and I can to another channel. So, I'm going to be here. Come. We say, why can I want to great? True. We am the Casabwe air somewhere, so for that or him back on South Cantanka. Men am the Casabwe air somewhere. By what Instagram can say, I'm a kind of friend within the use for my day. I'm not just saying I'm going to have a address. I'm sending Casabwe and I'm free and Casa TV video. And I said, and Casa TV, I will go on. I will go on catching. I was going to be a tea. I should come out. We say, a quack Casabwe. They're thirsty. Because I will feel. Now, we shall for your worship. I'm going to say, when my Asiedu Nketia, your former secretary, as you see, I'm your current chairman and the National Democratic Congress. I try to tell what kind of NDC for. I wish for about to be say, I have a pay a who's country and as I'm getting or the agent free on my gun and Mahama. And when I IGP for the Inspector General of Police and so I told them what we found and what we need on call for a two who are also a year is in Katie up and as a
Yeah, he's a member of the Parliamentary Service Board appointed by
in some PTV
wrong. Very weird decision. If I'm sitting in the NDC leadership, and this is the time when all this issue about COVID expenditure, is playing out, where Auditor General's report is playing out. Look at the issues, national cathedral issues playing out and so on. What you do is you go and throw in this letter. I mean, incredible. This letter is strange. I mean, to say the least, so very strange.
So if you are a party serious in fighting and winning elections, you must put your best foot forward so that you can win the debate. You can't just go and be telling people that the economy is in shambles, when you are not able to put your experts there to be able to communicate to Ghanaians how you do things better.
It gets worse.
Okay.
I mean, when this statement had been released and the backlash started unfolding, now we started hearing reasons why this was done.
Okay.
Oh no, boy.
The 2024 election is going to be fought around the economy. So the debate basically is going to be about the economy. You know it and I know it.
Oh no, boy.
The truth of the matter is that the 2024 election is going to be fought around the economy.
Okay, if that is the case, then perhaps we need the most qualified economist to lead the pack. If it's about your academic qualification and so on, is Atufosson the most qualified economist in Parliament?
The 2024 election is going to be fought around the economy.
And I'm not exaggerating. I spoke to about 10 members of Parliament from the minority side. None of them knew that this was going to happen.
All right, no, that's sorry, that was a little mistake at the beginning. Sorry about that. But that's just a montage. Okay, let's continue with the stories now. Now, more fallout. So we are looking at all the fallouts from the decision of the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, led by Asiedu Nketia, to make some changes in Parliament. Now, here's Alhassan Suhini, Member of Parliament for Tamale North, and he's writing on his social media platform, and I want to walk you through what he says. So it starts as follows. Next time, please put Suhini's photograph there. He says, like life, death and taxes, change is the other constant. Therefore, I'm not against constructive changes born out of an exhaustive consultation process involving key stakeholders of the party to our front bench as a minority group. Clearly, he says, however, that is not what has happened, no matter how well-intentioned it may be. Worst of all, whoever is advising the strategy of the proposed new leaders is feeding into a normal human extreme greed and selfishness, perhaps because those people are unable to untame their greed too. This is heavy from Suhini. The second paragraph. Let's look at it again. He says, clearly, comma, that is not what has happened, comma, no matter how well-intentioned it may be, full stop. Worst of all, he continues, whoever is advising the strategy of the proposed new leaders is himself feeding into a normal human extreme greed and selfishness. Well, Suhini, human extreme greed and selfishness is not normal. So, Alaji, please don't say this. It's not normal. The things you are saying, human extreme greed and selfishness cannot be normal. It's not normal. So, well, let me read it again. It's feeding into a human extreme greed and selfishness, comma. Perhaps, he says, because those people are unable to untame their greed too. So he's identifying two groups of greedy people. Those who are making the decision, supporting the decision with strategy, and those who are themselves implementers of the decision. He's identifying both groups as greedy. Well, we don't know. Continue. He says, given the composition of our caucus as against our opponents and the expectation of what we can achieve together and the reality of what we cannot, even if we are together, it will take extreme greed and selfishness to want to lead this NDC caucus at all costs at this time without a toss about long-term consequences on the caucus and the party. So he is angry. He says, I wonder why it seems people think they can intimidate the entire caucus into submitting to an authority we consider inappropriately constituted. Some may, he says, but not majority of us. And it's not personal, it's conviction. It is principled. Wow. Viewers, wow. It hasn't ended. So, Lawyer Egbenya then comes up and says, some good points raised, Honorable, speaking to Suhin. He said, I'm just wondering, how does the current mode of changing the leadership differ from those of the past, especially the one that brought the outgoing leaders into office? Suhin promptly replies. He says, Lawyer Egbenya, I will tell you, regional caucuses were made to vote. General Mosquito was the elected commissioner, and Honorable Ernest Nogbe was the returning officer in the DF Annan Auditorium of Parliament. That's how we settled on the current leaders. Fantastic. Comes back to my point about Ofusu Ampofo's leadership, General Mosquito's leadership. Apparently, we are now finding out, we are not part of the caucus, so we don't know. But Hassan Suhini is telling us, and we believe him. Now, he's saying that in the first instance, in the fourth